Folks, here we are on the last episode of 2023, which we are recording on 31st of December. This is episode 104, which is the double of the number of weeks in a year, and hence it's going to be our 2-year anniversary soon. But bleh, what are landmarks in a team game? A sign of being infantile. But that's exactly who we are, infantiles beyond repair. Infantile 1 on the pod today is Nitin Sundar, the man with multiple interesting anecdotes across all of India, and he now represents the pod in the Gulf. From interviewing Dane Villas in CD Madras hotels to the villa lifestyle in Dubai to loving the Aston Villa jersey for no good reason, Nitin is a boy of the 90s, a man of the noughties, and a multi-purpose needle in banana forever. If you ever meet him, ask him about his Sanjay Manjrekar connection. Say hi, Nitin.
Hello, Chops, but you insulted the Park Sheraton, erstwhile Park Sheraton Hotel by calling it a CD hotel. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Unlike this podcast, the Park Sheraton Hotel doesn't exist anymore. But
No,
so it goes.
But Muniandi
CD
Villas
after
still
you
very
went.
much there.
Muniandi Villas. CD after I went there. Huh? Okay, da. Chalo.
Super. Infantile 2 on the pod today.
It was SEEDY. I thought CD, like, I don't know, some Chirac din or some brand like that.
That also went after that interview. CDs.
Chirag Din, it seems. I remember that's some surrogate shirt company.
Not surrogate. It is
real
Bombay shirt company. Which it's run by brothers who have split now. So one fellow makes shirts, one fellow makes pants.
I still own a couple of Chirag Din shirts.
Correct. It is a very Gulf-based thing. So,
you just said Bombay shirt company. Now you're saying very Gulf-based.
No, but like people who used to come from the Gulf earlier would land in Bombay and then come. So this is where they would take their wedding shirts and suitings and.
Next time I fly to India, I will remember to follow that policy and buy Chirag Din shirt.
Okay, Seri. Infantile 2 on the pod today is Adi, the man who moonlighted as the DJ in all of the recently concluded Men's ODI World Cup in India because he knows every song in the world backwards and forwards. If you ever meet him, ask him about which Alan Ross cricket book is his favorite to read when he's pub hopping in Melbourne. Say hi, Adi.
Thanks, Chops. Thanks for that intro. Although the DJ in the finals severely disappointed everyone, but let's not bring up the finals.
Which is why we are talking about you. Which is why we're talking about you.
You can't have everything there. We had a great match. You can't expect the DJ also to be good.
Nice.
And a wonderful result also. Yeah.
Infantile 3 on the pod today is Mayur. If cricket happened in any part of the world, and Mayur didn't watch it live, then he didn't watch it on highlights. Then he didn't watch clips of it on Instagram and Twitter. Then he didn't think of it when talking to his Begum. Did the said match of cricket even happen? If you ever meet him, ask him about which international men's team does his dad want him to support. Is that going to change, Max, in the next year?
It's going to be interesting. They're going to be coming home, right? So, I know where my loyalties lie. Well, interesting to see where the parental loyalties lie. So, can't wait for that, actually.
Nice. Infantile 4 on the pod today is Tony, the man who has made intros on this pod an art form. The moderator of our BNP party, not BJP, the godfather of our pod, the Lord Master Savior of Sanju Samson. If you ever meet him, ask him about the Malayalam Manorama annual. Is that right? Malayalam
Manorama yearbook.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he's saying Malayalam Manorama manual, as in Malayalam Manorama manual as opposed to automatic, like some kind of car funda. But Chops, you said Tony is good at intros, but today he is infantile number 4. Is he the new Tendulkar who has dropped to the middle order?
Yeah, anything goes. Last episode, December is tough. Infantile 5 on the pod today is Sammo. If arcane film references, random trivia about bookworms, comparisons between calculators are your thing. Samir Mohan, the human shuttle between Bangalore and Chennai with a broken heart every summer, is your man. If you ever meet him, wait till he asks you about something because chances are you won't know about it. And that brings us to Infantile 6 on the pod today. It's Iman. In a world of poets, Iman is a shire. In a world of politicians, Iman is a product manager. In a world of alcohol drinkers, Iman is a tanker. In a world of writers, Iman is an email composer. In a world of men with luscious hair, Iman is a Mairu. If you ever meet him, whatever you
Say
talk
hi,
about,
guys.
end it with TKS RGTS.
Hey.
Best.
Okay, so let the party begin. Let's cry about Centurion 2023, like we did perhaps in the second episode or third episode of this pod when it began.
The spot
Wait,
began by
wait,
celebrating Centurion 2021.
Which is why I'm saying second or third episode.
I am here only because a grave injustice has been done. Last pod episode was 1 hour 53 minutes, and bloody fellows didn't even mention Sanju Samson's glorious 100 in South Africa. Only middle order batsman from India who can bat in South Africa has been forgotten. This is shameful. I am here. Not all matches are played to be won. Some are, played just to tell people that I was there. So that Sanju 100 was one of those. Let's go around the table and discuss.
He won the game, no? He won the game. He won the series.
That's
So-
okay, Ra.
And we didn't talk about it, Radha. That is only the complaint. But the comedy piece in all of this is our listeners are currently scratching their head wondering, what Sanju Samson, what are these guys talking about? Memories are so short now, something that happened 7 days back. Out. Yeah. Sad.
So who is the Sanju
But in the
Samson?
words of Sanju Samson, I choose to move forward.
Who is the Sanju Samson? Some sevens player from Kerala?
If Kerala had 7 players, they'd be very happy.
Nice.
That's
Okay,
now
over to
six.
two of our hosts, Chops and Max, to actually steer us back into what you want to know.
Because they finished waxing eloquent about Sanju.
Okay, cool. So, Centurion, guys, what happened to
Sanchurian.
famous and Bedex?
Manchurian.
Let me throw it to Iman. Iman, can you talk about the?
He said something
Can you-
about buttocks. Let me throw it to Iman, like through the buttocks. So I don't know where he's going with this. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I think generally Tony is right when he points out the Sanju Samson angle. Now, if you take a step back, the person who can make things happen in South Africa is some Mallu, right? Srishant has done it in the
True.
past. So we need a Mallu in the team somehow. If not, who else?
Mohanlal.
Mohanlal? Okay. Yeah, somebody, some Lal or Mal or Samson. We need at least one Mallu in the team to, bounce back in the second match. Also, if you look at it, generally, there are few players that we may need to replace. Famous is one of them. Sorry, Prasidh, I mean. He clearly does not want to play, so maybe we need a replacement for him. But generally, I think I've accepted the fact that there is going to be another innings defeat in second test match. It doesn't matter if we bowl first or bat first. There is an innings defeat, maybe. So I think the savior is somewhere in Kerala. So we need to find that person. Maybe it's Sanju. Maybe it's
Kerala
Kunnummal.
is full of saviors, but it's usually spelled with an X.
X. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah. So that's my perspective. I don't have any perspective on the match at this point in time. I'm just looking for a savior.
Iman, what
I
would
want
you
to
say? Wait. Iman, what would you say about scheduling this India-South Africa test series in the middle of the SA20 tournament next time so that we get their Kachi team to play?
No, it is not about scheduling or anything like that. SA20 or this test match, everything is being funded by us, right? I spoke about it at length. There is This entire thing is
You had
connected.
added one condition also. We are paying, so we should win. So what happened?
Yeah, but that didn't happen, which is why I don't know. Is there a separate angle to
OTP entered wrongly, is it?
Yeah, or maybe there is something happening via the South Indian lobby, right? Who basically, yeah. I think there's
Like
some
Max couldn't get OTP on his US number. I think it's the same thing here.
might happen. Correct. Also, UPI might have failed. You don't know if bank transfer happened on time or not. So all those are
Yeah.
potential issues, pitfalls to our strategy. यार पैसे time पे नहीं पहुंचा, so we lost it. Maybe the money reached on the 4th day. इसीलिए 3 दिन में खत्म हो गया.
RBI की गलती है.
बहुत घटिया है यार.
Speaking of RBI and one of their brand ambassadors, Shreyas Iyer, I'm reminded of Chika's famous quote about Iyer. He's very bad at playing good bowling and very good at playing bad bowling. So that actually played out at Centurion. So Iman spoke about famous AK Prasidh Krishna. The other person we should talk about is Shreyas Iyer. How many test matches do we need to give him before we think it's time to move on?
AKA Pope. Interesting.
Okay.
Shreyas Iyer. Is he a Tamilian by any chance? I'm only looking for bigger perspectives. Yeah.
So Iman, are you saying we replace him with Abhimanyu Ishwaran?
Correct. So we need a different variant.
Hey,
different
Nitin
variant of
Sundar
the-
actually met Shreyas Iyer in Park Sheraton lobby, also known as the TAM lobby, which is how Shreyas has made his entry.
Yeah.
Very much like Abhimanyu Ishwaran, who was waiting
That's
in the
correct.
ranks.
Yeah. So yeah. See the commonality between, again, right, Iyer and Ishwaran is the TAM lobby thing, right? So very strong lobby that way. So we have to replace. Like, quota has to be maintained. So let's replace Pope Iyer with Abhimanyu Ishwaran. But then
Sam,
our friend Varun Murali has asked a very important question. That if we get Ishwaran in the team, then who will captain India A? Right? That is the
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
That's a very big
Rohit
problem.
Sharma.
Huh?
Rohit Sharma.
Hardik
Oh,
can captain them. Hardik can captain
Oh, this is a different lobby, looks like, guys.
them. Okay, Samo, you want to talk about ex-RCB player?
One sec. Just want to
KL
clarify
Rahul.
for our listeners that neither Shreyas Iyer nor Abhimanyu Ishwaran are Tamil Nadu cricketers. Just for the record. Yes, moving on.
Oh, this is a fact-based podcast.
Okay. I
Let's
was
bring in our
going to
chief
talk
fact
to
checker.
yeah, exactly. Okay.
Segue.
Samo, the Centurion, ex-RCB player, KL Rahul.
Oh, I thought Dean Elgar has played for RCB.
Maybe would have played in some parallel universe, but yeah, I think the only shining ray of hope in that whole team. I love the way he just made comeback, but how inconsequential was that innings was painted clearly in the second innings when thank you Burger burgered him twice. But yeah, I think so there is that thing, right, in startups, green shoots. So probably the only green shoots from Centurion was KL Rahul. But yeah, I mean, splendid innings. It's not easy scoring 110, 120 of 245. But yeah,
What?
I mean,
Hey, I didn't
What
watch
is
the
green
match,
shoot?
but it was basically a question of if the burger doesn't get you, the grubber will. Right? I think Shreyas Iyer or someone got one
Yeah.
that kept low and
Yeah.
yeah.
was that correct?
Yeah. He was bowled a short ball, and then there was a length ball that actually stayed low.
Hey, but
No,
Iyer
no,
did
staying low
keep
is
low
again-
or he just played the wrong line? He made
Yes,
it
staying
appear
low
that it was low. He did that.
Yeah.
This
You know,
crouching
the
excuse
Tendulkar
and all
school
you
of-
can if you are Tendulkar you can now and then do crouching tiger hidden dragon dismissal. If you're Shreyas Iyer, sorry, you can't like
Oh,
fake
intermission is here.
No, but Shreyas
Internal
Iyer's,
blot.
Shreyas Iyer's luck currently is such that if he takes a step back, he'll probably hit wicket and get out. So he can't even take a step back.
Shreyas Iyer's luck is such that if he takes a step back, he might bump into Narendra Modi without his own knowledge. He looked completely clueless when Modi showed up in the dressing room.
What a throwback.
Yeah, I mean, KL can captain, no? Anyone up for KL
Of
captaincy?
course,
era?
dude. Obviously, there's only one
He's
king
done
and
it,
one
no?
prince.
Yeah, we should totally let KL captain the next 2 test matches and see what happens, right?
Yeah, this is an interesting segue. Tony, can you
We
tell us
already did
why?
that, no?
Wait,
No,
I
no.
think Max
Why
had
you are
some
the
things to
only?
say.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
Before
what is the
that,
question?
No.
Before that, Tony should tell us why he's the
Ah.
only person who has anointed KL Rahul as the prince.
Why am I the only person? I don't know. Like, you guys
Yeah,
don't have
so-
taste. What else can I say? Before
the
this
record-
test started, I had actually put a poll on the group saying who here believes Rohit Sharma will be in the squad for BGT 2024, because we are the pod that reviews BGT years before this announced.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
but-
Srinath Sripath.
BGT bookends the Bits and Pieces podcast. Various editions.
Yeah. No, but Rohit Sharma's decline is well and truly underway. It is the Shas cold curse, unfortunately.
So tell us about Rohit Sharma's decline. Is this restricted to Test cricket or is it across formats?
When was the last time he played well in the IPL? I don't remember.
IPL decline. Oh, okay.
Well, no, full decline only. Now it's gone.
So-
Decline. Steady decline. Yeah.
Like 2 Test matches back, what did India play before this in Test cricket? They played BGT, right? What else did they play after the last BGT? Did they play any Test matches?
We played one
WTC.
WTC final, I think.
There
WTC,
everyone
West
put
Indies.
West Indies.
West Indies.
West Indies.
West
scored
Indies
two
he
tests.
scored,
didn't
no?
play. He
He
played.
didn't play or did he score? Nobody knows.
He
Can
didn't play.
someone check?
I don't think he played that. It was
Then who
Jaiswal
captained?
and
Who captained? Jaiswala.
No, he
KL
played.
Rahul. Who captained in West Indies?
No, he
Yes.
played.
Rohit
Yeah, it was
played.
Jaiswal.
Wait, let
and-
Max say.
No, Jaiswal and Rohit opened.
And how much did Rohit score? See, Max will check on Willow TV quickly and tell us. Yeah.
Same time
I think
zone
Rohit got a
dies.
50 in one of the tests.
And-
And the other one, they sent Ishan Kishan to finish the game, right? So Ishan Kishan came up and scored a 50.
That's all he's telling.
Oh. Very
And he
nice.
scored a
Max-
century in the BGT. So in Test cricket, he's actually been okay. Nobody else, I think, scored century and all for India like for
This
a
is
long
true.
time. And
There
in
was
the
a
One Day
certain-
World
there
Cup,
was a certain
Rohit
gent-
batted beautifully. So I was just asking which format is this decline in? Or is it
No,
or is it
but-
just a mental decline? Like, has he
It is
has he
a
given up in life
mental
or
decline.
what?
Yeah, that's
Mental.
all.
So
No,
now, given
Tony
that
has
we have,
given
you
up
know,
on him. Tony has
starts-
given up on him.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
have
just-
got it.
Just like the Ambanis.
given that it's crystal ball gazing time with 2024 pretty much here, so let's crystal ball gaze on who's likely to be the captain for the test team. So I'll just give you our itinerary for 2024. So we have England visiting our shores in January for a 5-test series. Then we have Bangladesh.
Only shores.
in-
I don't think any of the matches
I-
are on the
hey,
shores. They're all
What kind of itinerary is
Why-
this? You
why-
have to go
why-
to Taj Mahal if you come all the way to India. Come on.
Vizag is
Why
on
are
the
they on the
shores.
shores?
Vizag
Oh,
is on the
okay.
shores. Vizag is
East
on the
India
shores.
Company.
Adi, can you tell us the venues? Because I believe they're pretty fuck all. For
Kochi as well, Kochi.
They are.
That's
But I just finished the itinerary before that. And then we have Bangladesh in September, 2-test series away. New Zealand in
Ooh,
October,
tough.
November, 3 tests at home. And then the big one, BGT in Australia, 5-test series. So you reckon, so Rohit until Bangladesh, or he's going to be out much before that?
I
No, I
just want
think-
to say if Bangladesh is coming, instead of shores, we should give them snake pits or something. So that
No,
they
we
feel
are
at
we are
home.
going there.
Oh, we are going there. Okay, no
Yeah.
problem.
It
Then
is the
Snake Pit
Ashwin
only.
Shreyas Iyer
Hey.
series.
Adi, tell the venues, Ra.
Yes.
England series.
Hyundai.
This one, sir.
Boy, that will change who will captain or not.
Before Adi goes to the
Yeah.
venues,
Goa.
that it's called the
parties.
Anthony
Goa.
Di Mello Trophy, right?
Yeah.
Anthony
Yes.
Di Mello Trophy.
Called
Anthony
the
Di
Anthony
Mello.
Di Mello Trophy, and they're playing in Ranchi,
Hyderabad.
Rajkot, Hyderabad,
So-
Vizag.
So it's
And
the
Dharamshala.
Max will correct me. So Hyderabad, Vizag, is Hyderabad and Vizag both
They're different
Telangana?
cities, yeah.
Different states,
both are
different
Telangana.
For
governments.
North Indians, it is same.
But
Guys,
both are
for
Telangana,
North
right?
Indians, it's Andhra. Hey,
No,
Madras,
Vizag-
Madras.
Telugu,
Both
Telugu.
are
Telugu.
Telangana. Wa. Ayyo.
Both are
The
Madras.
South Indian lobbies.
Both are Madras. Shreyas Iyer and Abhimanyu Ishwaran are from those cities respectively.
Third test, Rajkot. Ranchi and Dharamshala. Dharamshala, aka Indore.
Nitin, do you want to do that?
Do what again?
What, Ra? Why are you feeling shy?
Travel to
Mickey
Dharamshala
sound like I
or
did something to him, and I'll do it again. Lie.
So this is Anthony De Mello Trophy, Tony De Mele Coffee. I'm saying KL Rahul is being propped up by me as the next best hope of Indian cricket.
I think
But tell me
KL
something,
is a
so-
mellow fellow in any case. Most mellow.
But
among the-
one important question here before we discuss Rohit, right? Did Rahul Dravid's contract finally get extended? Like how many
Have the papers been
bottles is
received?
jam? Huh.
Yeah, for a year.
HR थोड़ा confirm please. Chops.
एक साल तक हुआ है उसका extension.
एक साल तक होगा.
Basically, same as Indian cricket. VVS Lakshman is sitting padded up and waiting. Out नहीं हो रहा है Dravid.
So
Yeah, no, I think
What match is this?
basically the England series Rohit will captain, but I foresee an injury at some point in time. It's not like he's getting fitter or younger as time progresses. And
You're saying he'll be sidelined due to injury.
Correct. Or both, no? Like it's not like
Also,
this-
physical, mental disintegration. Everything is
everything like
all
Mumbai
faculties
captaincy
one by
also
one.
gone. Too young for CSK captaincy or being bought by CSK. So like this is that phase in his life where everything is gone. Like,
Twilight
I think
zone.
Now that we're talking about CSK, we should talk about. We should get Mayur to talk about the Centurion.
the auction because he
Mayur-
has not at all covered it. Yes.
Mayur, who do you nominate as the next CSK captain? Is it going to be Rohit Sharma?
no, why? They already have a captain for
Because,
10 years.
I mean, that's Tony's proclaiming that.
No, I'm
They-
saying he's too
the
young
next-
for CSK. Like,
The next CSK captain has not yet been born. How will Max be able to tell you who it is?
No, but I wanted to, since we have a huge gathering of people on the spot right now, probably rivaling the number of listeners at any given point in time, wanted to ask everyone about doing a year in review, and if you had to pick one, if you had to pick two games, let's say two, right? What is your favorite game involving India and your favorite game not involving India this year?
Holy bad.
We'll start with Adi. Let's go from that side of the hemisphere to this side.
Oh,
So game not
This is-
involving India has to be that Ben Stokes innings in the Ashes when he pretty much got them very close. I can't remember if it was Lords or Oval. Pretty much
This
that
is the
thing
one-
where he
this is
was
the match they
Lords.
lost. No.
yeah they lost, but yeah, he was the one.
Bairstow.
Yeah, I've never seen someone take this Aussie attack apart as well as he did that day, right?
Hey, Ben
And it
Stokes
wasn't
himself
for
did
much.
try 4 years
except
back.
Ben
I
Stokes.
thought only I forget about Ashes. What is happening?
Hey, they've gotten better since then. So I would say
Hey.
that.
Moral victory.
They've got better in the sense Nathan Lyon's head is cleaner now than it used to be, but the attack is exactly the same.
hey, but
the
Lords
attack is same, they've
Murphy
gotten
was
better.
playing.
Oh, apdi katol.
And then
Like old wine.
India match, I think, would have to be India versus England in the World Cup. I thought the way they
India
defended
versus which
that
one?
India
England,
versus
England.
England in Ekana Stadium, Lucknow. That was a great game. I thought we were done in the water, but to get them out for 130, although it's England, it probably makes it a bit more sweeter. But I thought that was my India game for the year.
So best of Ben Stokes and worst of Ben Stokes is basically what you pick.
Exactly.
Okay.
Nice.
First Max's dad was happy, now Max is happy.
Very sad.
Iman bhai, if you had to pick a India and a non-India game.
आप लोग बढ़ो मैं सोचता
my
Hey,
my favorite India game was the IPL final, guys. It was a wonderful match. My favorite non-India game is Maxwell versus Afghanistan,
Yeah.
which I did not even watch live. But yeah, the highlights were good. I basically stopped following that match at 85 for 7. And then, I was checking the score every half an hour or so. Pat Cummins' score stayed the same for the next, 2 hours.
Tony, did anyone ever come up with a headline after that game saying Benny Vidi Maxi, or it was a missed opportunity?
Yeah, possible.
No, I think that'll be a memorable one for many. Tony, if you had to pick, what would your choices be?
Yeah, so I was there. I mean, I was going to pick the same Australia-Afghanistan game also because I was there at the stadium. I didn't leave at 85 for 7. And the India one also I'm going to pick when I was there, which is sweet victory against New Zealand in the semi-final at a packed Wankhede. I think that was peak of 10-match run. So yeah, that one.
Tony has also written beautifully about that match, which we will link in show notes.
Yes, this
Both
post-game
matches.
shenanigans. Samo.
Best India game for me has to be the India-New Zealand league game in Dharamshala, actually, more than the semi-final. Quite a close game. I mean, could have easily been a 350 plus score, but I think that was the first of the Shami games, right? Like where he turned up and got a 5 for 50, and then we just chased it without breaking a sweat. Actually, Kohli should have had his century in that game, but if not for that stupid shot, right? Best non-India game was infantile shot. Best non-India game, I will also pick a game that I was in, Pakistan versus Afghanistan. Very, very close game, but Afghanistan really were the underdogs, and I mean, they would have walked into the semis if not for that Maxwell assault, which actually makes the Maxwell assault look so good, because on the day Pakistan really had no answers to their spin bowling, and Shahidi and Rahmat Shah literally took apart Pak bowling on iffy Chennai pitch. So yeah, those are the two games.
Sorry, Max, I just want to add one point. So in Australia, horse racing is a big thing. So we have this thing called a form guide, and usually before the race, a horse might be put down or whatever, and they got a last minute scratching because they remove the name from the form guide. So I want to recant my earlier India game and pick actually the India-Australia women's test match, which was concluded last week. I thought that was probably as monumental as it gets, because of how well we played. And it's nice to see that Australian women's teams also come here and are as clueless as the men's teams when they play the first innings of a test match. So it kind of transcends genders. And the fact that we finally beat Australia in a test match. So I think, that'll be my India game for the year.
Quite comprehensively also. Quite comprehensively.
Shout out to Hank sir for the eternal question.
For allowing Australian women to travel. Adi, should Australian women be traveling during the Australian summer?
Hell yeah. They were anyway not playing anything at home. So yeah, why not? And at least thankfully the BCCI has at least scheduled all the games in Bombay. Imagine celebrating, without being disparaging, your New Year's Eve in Ahmedabad. Yeah, I think there are better places to spend New Year's and Christmas than Bombay, in Bombay rather. So
but yeah, Ahmedabad mein to they have removed that dry state wala restriction, no?
Yeah,
with effect from
only in the gift area, right?
So pura area, everything is life is a gift, yeah, Mayur.
That's why I live in the present. As the famous line said, life is a gift, live in the present.
Master aap
Cobra Kai.
Chopra ji, what's your pick?
No, Iman, you want to go next?
I can take. So my favorite non-India game was the South Africa versus Pakistan match in Chennai. It felt like Pakistan will win that match. There was a close LBW shout as well. End में जय श्री राम बोल के महाराज ने कर दिया काम. So that changed the fortune for Pakistan. And my favorite India game was India-Australia league game where we were 3 down.
Oh, you are also Chennai lobby. Full.
That's what I was about to say. Only Chennai match.
3 down.
Full world is there, right? 2 matches from Chennai you picked. What is the meaning of this?
He lives in
Yeah,
Singapore. That is
Che-
the meaning of it, Tony.
Chepak
He's
is amazing.
feeling
That's
at
all.
home in Chennai.
Yeah, that's one. The other thing is I really want Ishwaran to be in the team, so I'm acting like a
Manifestation.
ईश्वरन बंगाल के लिए खेलता है बस.
तभी तो
अरे वो-
अरे तमिल तभी तमिल लॉबी लगेगा ना उसको. If he plays for Bengal, he needs Tamil lobby that way. Anyway, so that was my favorite India match primarily because it felt like we'll win very easily. But pehle tuck 3 wickets gone, goatee in the mouth. It took a lot of
King and Prince.
30-60 ml shots for every single that were being taken for us to cross that road.
Oh, so
And a
we
drop
are the
catch by
real
Mitch Marsh.
player of the match.
Yeah. And I want to add a brilliant anecdote about what Iman just said, right? Like every
Oh,
single
It's not
every
just an
30
interesting anecdote.
Not
Nitin.
brilliant anecdote. Not the point.
not
No
the
pressure,
point.
Sammo.
Till the lead up to the drop catch of Mitch Marsh and a little after that, every single in Chepak was being cheered. At 2 for 3, the entire stadium had gone dead silent. And every single that took, and it was audible on TV as well. There was a time when the scorecard was blanked out because there was some malfunction. But every single was being cheered, and that tells you how much involved the crowd was. I think the fact that 3 or 4 of us picked games from Chepak also tells you how involved the crowd were, or how back the fan following was for the different teams.
Well,
And
Amazing. Anecdote क्या है?
Yeah, where's the anecdote?
The anecdote.
There were
Hey.
Don't forget the note.
words. That is good.
No, he's saying there were before. After the event,
Anecdote ball.
there were too many dot balls.
Anecdote ball. एक anecdote ball.
Anecdote.
Would you consider the crowd to be knowledgeable, Sabo?
Scorecard was
cheered even
malfunctioning.
without
यार,
the
कहाँ-
scorecard. They saw a single and they cheered. They didn't need the
Yes.
scorer to say it is 1
Yeah.
run. Please.
Yes,
Extreme knowledge display.
extreme knowledgeable Chennai crowd.
Not just in the
Following up,
stadium, in the lobby also.
Following up with the question, is the Chennai crowd knowledgeable? Is Rachin Ravindra named after 2 cricketers, Samu? While we are on that.
Hey, first, our people are all knowledgeable. Okay, we don't need stumps with color-coded messages to understand if it is 4 or a 6 or wicket fell. You please keep quiet. You go see your horse racing and scratch card and go write numbers on the page of the horseman.
So the context is that in the Big Bash League, they've come up with stumps that light up in different colors, right? Did you guys talk about this last week? I think you did. Probably did.
Dear listeners, this is
when
that our
the
own people do not listen
Vamu
to our
Erotica.
December is hard.
Hey, Mac. This is when Vamu Erotica played, no, Max? You're
Exactly.
Oh, yes. This was Vamu Erotica, of course.
Varun
Yeah.
Murli read the rules
Keith
of the
Richards'
brilliant
music. Yes,
semaphore signal sent by the wickets to the sweet mellifluous music of Kenny G.
Morse code.
Okay.
Morse
So
code.
kids these days don't watch Prawn or listen to Vamu Erotica. This is the future.
It's these days don't travel in elevator, otherwise they would know Kenny G music.
Actually,
But they do
those,
get stuck in
the
lift.
and not
But they
be-
do get stuck in the lift.
those stump lights are actually a tribute to electrical engineers, right? They're like B.B. Roy, Great Britain, very good wife. Except Jason Roy, Great Britain, because it's BB.
Okay.
That to our Kirchhoff's
I'm-
laws now.
I'm confused now. Did everyone have a go?
No, you did.
You
Max,
did.
you did.
You, Max, it's you.
Wait,
Chop
chop
it,
it.
Max.
Okay, I'll go. Australia, England, Afghanistan, England for the favorite non-India game because it's England and because it's Afghanistan. So yeah, very sweet victory there. And the performance of England was especially heartening to see in the World Cup. So yeah, that was great. Favorite India game, I would also put India-Australia up there. Not the final, of course.
Oh,
the one
okay.
before that.
Oh, WTC final. Okay.
Oh, that's actually second for non-India game because India didn't show up at all. The final. But yeah, the 2-3 scoreline brought back bad memories of 2019 semi-final and all that. And then Kohli did his infantilism, as is the theme of the pod, and took India home.
KL also.
I-
Yeah,
King
sorry.
and Prince, Ra. King and Prince, believe.
So please explain that, no, Tony. Listeners are really wondering since when KL Rahul became Prince of Indian cricket. The whole world believes Shubman Gill is the Prince. And Tony has started a one-man campaign to replace Shubman Gill with KL Rahul, who is a little old to be a Prince, but well, I think Prince Charles was also very old, so it's okay.
Yeah, correct.
Just
Yeah.
because his
No,
name
I-
reads like the registration of a car in Ernakulam doesn't mean you just pimp him for everything, man.
KL, okay, well played. But I feel like there is a definite inflection point in the princehood of Gill versus Rahul journey. And that was the elite moment when the BNP jinx of the year happened on BNP just at the end of Asia Cup, when I said Gill is going to become the first player to score 3,000 international runs. Ever since then, he has basically lost the plot. And KL Rahul has shown up like how, man? Like he was injured and he got back, and now he's keeping all over the place and like definitely showing more hunger. And if only like what is his father, Sunil Shetty, right, can write some
Father-in-law.
LinkedIn post for him to
Father-in-law.
say at the end of press conferences or post match, then he's shoo-in for captaincy, man. No one else to take the Indian team forward. It is
Basically,
Basically,
2 years of bits and pieces have led up to this moment, because this
correct.
podcast literally started as a joke podcast on KL Rahul, and then roughly midway through the journey, we also predicted that Shubman Gill will score 3,000 runs. Both the opposites have come true.
so
No,
does
I
that-
have a question for Iman Pandey. Would you rather have KS Bharat keeping and us still losing by an innings, or KL Rahul keeping and us losing by an innings? Which is preferable?
Yeah, even if you had given me many other options in life, right? And if you
Which
play
is a
KS
gift.
Bharat,
Which is a gift, by the way.
that's true.
Yeah. Even in
Um,
December when it's hard, but yeah.
Till Jan 15 for the
Till
benefit
January 15.
for the benefit of our listeners.
अरे January 31st यार, सिम्बू का वीडियो कोई नहीं देख रहा है यहाँ पे.
Oh,
You
हाँ,
link it in the show notes.
चल ठीक है. हाँ, या केस भरत तो नहीं खेलना चाहिए यार, मतलब किसी भी हाल में. वो कुछ और कोटा से आया है, वो फिर अलग, वो एक कोटा प्रॉब्लम है केस भरत का बस.
MSK Prasad Kota.
या could be anything, but हाँ, मतलब in any circumstance उसको तो नहीं खेलना चाहिए. If you need Rahul to just keep till Pant is back. Actually, to that question that you had asked before, na, ki Rohit Sharma and his successor, I was like, till Pant got injured, I was thinking ki Pant will become the next test captain. Like, he will succeed Rohit Sharma over the next few years. पर उसका injury होने के बाद पूरा ही plan तहस-नहस हो गया.
Why not
Right.
Bumrah, guys? I mean, Cummins kind of has shown that you can do it. Bumrah, you reckon not yet
But
there?
He
As
can't
captain,
play
yeah.
every match.
he won't play
His
every match.
workload management has been
So Cummins
much
तो यार
better.
super fit, plays every match, every
Bumrah is
ground.
being played for every test match, by the way. He's not been rested.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe West Indies, did he not
Yeah,
go?
वो
Maybe he
injury हो
didn't go
जाता
to
है
the
ना.
West Indies.
Injury prone भी हो
Yeah,
गया
West
वो.
Indies was injured. Yeah.
Injury prone, not prawn, or that word.
हाँ,
Be very
हाँ.
careful. That way.
I have Iman के लिए एक
Prone
अच्छा
था.
combination है. There is a good combination which Iman will approve.
Yes.
Not in
So it is
Indian team.
Appam and prawns.
Basically, Surya Kumar Yadav and KS Bharat in opposite teams is perfect for Iman, because Sky will keep playing back
Cancel.
and KS
Ah.
Bharat can catch it as
V and
wicketkeeper.
A will
So,
cancel each
Ah.
other out.
हाँ,
It's like
AV,
that Mahabharat where the arrows will come. in.
Brahmastra and Astrale, correct.
Yes, Bharat. Yeah. Funny है. Anyway, तो हाँ मतलब to that
No, so
question.
Iman, just to clarify, you are saying you support India over Bharat, right?
That's true.
He is looking forward to India after Bharat.
India after Bharat. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
तो
Max.
Oh, he's still not picked.
He still not picked his games.
Oh, even he doesn't remember. He is already making 2024 list.
Let's see.
Let's
See. As if you have already not thought of it. Okay.
No. I
All
also
of
said
this
thought-
was to All
I
of
lost
this
my
was
train
to
of
just
thought.
tell us what your favorite matches are.
No, I
Correct.
lost my train of thought, and then I totally forgot when the whole Bharat thing was going. Now suddenly I'm
Read
like,
the
okay.
Jira ticket, machan. Come on.
No, okay. I think my favorite non-India game would be the first game of the Ashes, with that chase with Cummins and Stark. I think they were like, what, 190 or something when Green got
best.
out, and then 220 or
You
something
say
when
so.
Cummins
Carey got
and
out.
Lions scored, right? In the end.
Yeah.
It's not even the
At
best
220, I
chase
think
this
is
year
where Carey
involving
got out.
Cummins.
But yeah, that was my favorite only because of Robinson and this Broad doing the whole corkscrew thing. It was just, I loved it, and my WhatsApp was exploding. So it was my favorite moment of watching a non-India game. My favorite India game would be the Delhi Test, where I think Australia was 64-2 with Head and Labuschagne playing, and then 2 wickets to Ashwin, and Jadeja just rips through them, right? Because at that point, first innings, I think both teams were equal, and 60-2 with Head looking good. It looked like they might do something, but then yeah, that 20-30 minutes was just brilliant, and watching the mental breakdown and absolute carnage was. I've played that thanks to my Willow subscription on multiple times, again and again, and yeah, that gives me a lot of joy. So
Have you done with Prawn though? Because you watched it multiple times with great happiness and everything.
Head with prawn.
Head with Prawn.
I am vegan. For this discussion.
Max had to watch it on Willow. I wonder if any cricket board actually puts out videos of its past wins on YouTube. Any cricket boards do that?
No one.
Yeah, like BCCI for all the
Windies.
BCCI.tv has
Windies
everything.
does.
like Cricket Australia, like for all the tests they have, like you can go back and watch, like even the BGT 2018-19, you can still watch it. They have all the videos there. BCCI, you can watch. Apparently, you can archive all the old stuff on their website if you know how to do it.
Oh,
Like even
it is Rob
2009.
India. Rob
Sorry?
Bell India.
Correct. So
ECB puts on YouTube. I've seen that.
but I don't think as they don't do archives as well as Cricket Australia does. Like cricket, they're more current. Like all the last 5-6 years, you can see series, but like archives, like go to 90s stuff, you can't watch it on ECB. And now Cricket Australia separately in Australia, at least with the Samsung smart TVs, they've launched this channel called Cricket Gold, where pretty much you can watch cricket through the day of stuff from World Series cricket. Right? And
That is basically like Tourism Australia, no, this week. It's like
why not?
promoting horse racing.
I'm kind of getting to BGT 2024-25 to guys.
Oh.
So that's
Visit
lead-in.
Australia.
Like that.
Visit
But
Australia.
Max, just clarify, did you watch it on Willow TV or did it give you wood? Is that what you were saying?
Vokes and Wood.
But amazing from Max, got everyone to talk about World Cup, this, that, whatever. And then he picked 2 matches which nobody remembers at all. Well played, Max.
I only have sympathy for Max, right? He's going back and watching Delhi Test match highlights because after that, Travis Head has only given nightmares repeatedly. Right? WTC
Oh, I thought
final,
that was the
final.
No, I don't know what you guys are talking about, guys. We played a 5-test series versus Australia this year, which we shared the honors 2-2. We played a
4 test series.
no, we
4
played a
Oh, he
5-test
included
series. I don't know what
WTC
we
final.
played. We played
This
5
is the
ODI
opposite of
games.
what we did England.
For
in
Oval.
England.
We played 5 ODI games against them, and then they are ahead 3-2. But
No, we played more than 5. We played one
So
more
now-
series afterwards.
Now, wait,
No,
Nitin.
no,
Now,
ODI.
can you tell the point system for this? Point system.
We played. Wait, one sec. There was one more series, like where the Chennai one day and all happened. That was last year.
That only,
Okay.
he's counted that.
3-3.
Now point system.
There were 2 one-day series in India, apart from the World Cup. Against us, only one. The other one was previous year. Okay.
dumb charades. Max, but I feel like the Delhi Test was the last cricket match of the year when Ashwin also showed up. So that has he played?
Shout
Done
out to
anything of note?
PGK.
Hey, West
Yeah.
Indies, yeah. West Indies store.
West Indies he played. Huh?
Yeah, he played. Yeah, I think he took
Good, good.
clearly.
Hey,
You remember
Lavare
it quite well,
Kabals.
Tony.
In March, there was a 3-match one-day series in India, man, where Australia played India. That's what
That's
I'm
the one
telling you.
Very
Zampar took a 5 for
Oh,
in
that is
Chennai.
the one. Oh, that is the one
Zampa
you are
took
also
5
talking
for
about.
in Chennai, no?
Amazing. Bhai, chops.
But
still-
Max is not counting the warm-up matches before the World Cup.
भाई
Yeah, Iman was saying something.
नहीं मैं कह रहा हूँ इस पॉडकास्ट को कहीं ले चलो अभी वो कहीं और ले जा
आगे
रहा है
बढ़ो लोड.
मुंदे बढ़ो
Hey, but I think it's important to note that people are listening to this episode in 2024, and there are 7 of us. 24/7 Bakchodi.
Hala
This
for a
is what
reason.
we promise. Yeah,
Hala for a
24/7. Always.
Kala for a reason.
Bakchodi were easy. Everyone will do it, guys. I think we need more of Bakchodi.
So from Centurion, so Cape Town, guys, team changes, if any. Second test.
That was an accelerated.
I like how we, by the way, didn't even talk about the test match. We just acknowledged that it happened
Test
and then
match.
moved on.
Which test? Hey, we spoke about Delhi test. No, what else?
So, what is the reason for India's defeat in South Africa in the first test, guys?
Deep
Is it
analysis
because-
needed here.
Is it because we cannot generate hit the deck fast bowlers? Or is
Yeah.
Prasidh
No,
Krishna
so-
not hitting the deck hard enough?
Nitin Sudhar, at this time, I think it is time to acknowledge we make BNP jinxes often, but sometimes we make correct predictions as well. I think a couple of episodes ago, you had said that this is the time of the year when Southern Hemisphere team is inviting a useless subcontinent bowling attack to give their left-handed opener a fond farewell, which Dean Elgar has duly cashed in on with, what is it, 170? When was the last
185.
time we dismissed this fellow? I can't even remember.
Dean Elgar, no? Yeah, good question. He's the new Shivnarines on the ball. Anytime Max opens Willow TV and looks at old match highlights, Chandrapal is scoring runs against India. Same thing with Dean Elgar, no?
I think Hashim Amla is still batting at Eden Gardens, guys.
Oh, it's the version of the 2007 World Cup joke. Nice. So, Max, you had an elegy for Elgar, apparently.
That joke has become like the 2007 World Cup. It is always being cracked.
But who must get the credit for it, huh?
No, it's not as much as Elgar. I mean, the guy's been batting well and made a great century. It's all good. The portion that just pisses me off so much is all the paraphernalia surrounding this on Twitter and in Cricinfo and any outlet out there saying, oh, this is a dying art form and he's the person belongs to a generation that exists no more. This kind of trying to create value out of something for the sake of words is what pisses me off the most. What are you trying to
But enough
romanticize?
about this podcast.
Like Chennapatna toys, which are
enough
really
about
crap.
Product managers.
Yeah, what are you trying to romanticize? Okay, one person plays a certain way, another person plays a certain way. Some people like this, some people like that. That's it. This whole thing of my carrot is bigger than yours, and what nonsense is what does it even serve? And that creates a lot of this.
If my carrot is bigger, I can serve more sambar.
Or salad.
Also,
Yeah.
And
Or
it
gajar
creates
hai.
this whole thing of test cricket is best cricket, my cricket is best cricket. Yeah, those are the portions that I don't like about it. Guy scored a mountain of runs. We were absolutely helpless against him, couldn't get him out. All that is valid. But the whole thing that, it's because of T20 leagues, or this person is not able to play. You can't even send a team to New Zealand, and now you're talking about a dying art form and shit. You want to preserve dying, want to put it in a bloody museum, not on a cricket pitch. That's the piece I don't get.
Has anyone checked the height of the Indian pace attack this time in South Africa? I think
they
last
showed the
time we
release
did.
point. Release
Height of
point.
length.
They
This
were
time height
at
has
2,
improved. Height has
Height
improved.
of
2
incompetence only.
yeah, 2.12 for the South African paces. We were at 1.97 release point.
Okay.
बहुत छोटा हो गया.
Now,
No, that is this series, Dan.
That is
But
not.
if you release point from Willow might be different, nah, Max?
Correct. That's true.
so Indians have
Aspect
short
ratio,
length,
gadbad.
basically.
नहीं, मेरे को दो चीज ऑन द पॉइंट विच मैक्स वाज मेकिंग, राइट? एक तो ये टेस्ट क्रिकेट इज डाइंग वाला जो नैरेटिव है ये बिक रहा है, तो
बिक
you
रहा
know,
है. Okay.
बिक रहा है, मार्केट में चल रहा है बॉस, तो लोग जोड़ रहा है. एंड द सेकंड पार्ट इज कि यार वो एल्गार भाई एक फटा हुआ कैप पहन के आ गया, तो उसके ऊपर भी कुछ तो करना था ना, अपने को बोलना था कि डाइंग आर्ट फॉर्म, डाइंग प्लेयर, रिटायरिंग प्लेयर, लुक एट हिज लव फॉर द गेम. एंड मैंने उसको इतना फटा हुआ कैप पहने पहले नहीं देखा था, ये शायद कहीं से निकाल के लेके आया होगा या फिर उसने बनाया होगा कि मेरे को फाड़ के एक
हाँ.
कैप दो, ठीक है?
Hmm.
तो मैक्स भाई, दिस इज द करंट यू नो
Narrative.
thing running in narrative in media कि यार ODIs, sorry, test and ODIs are actually test, not only just test and ODIs are dying. T20 is the only thing which will survive. Only three boards, right? England, Australia, and India can play tests.
Hey,
यही
if
सब
you want to
narrative
attack Nitin directly, just say it to his face. No, why are you couching it in? This is what experts are saying. Nitin
was
Sundar is
Couching
already
tiger,
saying on
hidden
this.
dragon.
मैं उधर
First
जा रहा
it
था.
comes on our Twitter feed, then it comes on our WhatsApp group, then Nitin says it on the pod.
Hey, but wait,
He is the
multiple
leader.
topics are melting here like a melting pot. Firstly, my point was different on Twitter. It wasn't that
No,
test
no, let
cricket is
him
dying.
complete. We'll tell you what you said.
What I said.
नहीं, I'll take a pause. भाई बोलो. I'll take a pause.
It's
क्या?
become the podcast of men who pause. Go for it,
Yes.
Nitin Sundar.
Menopause. नहीं यार, what do I say? So yeah, the fact that
No,
I mean, you saw
we've
South
given you
Africa's.
options. Okay, did India lose because Dean Elgar is a dying art form, or because Indian fast bowlers height is less, or because BCCI is very cash rich, or Test cricket itself is dying? Why? You tell us.
No, okay. To give that a see, I think
See, the
India
problem
did
is an
well in the
accurate
previous
description
cycle.
of why India lost, right? Will not be appreciated by you and your kind. So we have to throw it to you only to tell us. Why?
So
Why?
see, India did well in the previous cycle, and we have discussed this on this podcast. Obviously, Tony believes it's because of the captain and the coach in the previous cycle. But there were many things that came together in that cycle, including the A-Tour program and a crop of fast bowlers who were ready to travel, and a bunch of reserves. Every player had like a ready reserve who was very often in the country where you were touring, ready to come into the team and in great form, which has not happened since the COVID years. I think, yeah, the fast bowling bench strength for India now looks really shit, and it doesn't help that Bumrah, Shami, Siraj are not Suraj maybe, but Bumrah and Shami definitely are not getting younger with time, and maybe that's what it is. I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
other fellow is getting younger with time, no?
Hey.
And Nitin, this also will happen at home, right? Because even Ashwin and Jaddu are not getting
Even
younger
at
now,
home, they
so-
will get younger with time.
Yeah, there's someone getting younger with time. I want to see this.
Interstellar का script आ गया अभी. No, so with spin actually there is this. We keep saying, and I had a conversation with somebody else, which I with Siddharth Monga about this point, right? Where are the spinners?
Oh, in the nets.
where are the spinners? Is a question we keep asking, right? In domestic cricket, spinners are not really emerging. If you go back a few years before Ashwin and Jadeja broke into international cricket, even Ashwin and Jadeja were not being considered as great spinning talents in domestic cricket. So I don't know if the spin cupboard concerns are very valid. India will always find one or two or enough world-class spinners to trouble away teams when they come home, whether that is an Akshar, whether that's a Jadeja or an Ashwin. So I think the spin argument is probably a bit different, and it also it's a comment on the quality of journalism and coverage that we get for domestic cricket. Maybe there are good
The
spinners.
spinners are actually writers.
Yeah, no, they're video creators, but YouTubers. The fast bowling argument seems a bit different. I do think having the whole eight team program and NCA, whatever pace academies, etc., helped. It definitely seems in the last 3 years post COVID, some of those efforts have fallen by the wayside, and which is why as Vamu was also pointing out, Prasidh Krishna was touted to be the big hope for this tour because he was tall in the Ishan Sharma mold and everything. And then you show up for the series and the coach coolly says that he's not match ready or Prasidh Krishna is not match fit, which is strange, right? If his injury was a concern, then there should have been someone else who was ready to come in and take that spot. That also wasn't there. BCCI has enough money, man. Like they have enough and more money to plan for these tours. There's nothing stopping them from going to sending an A team to South Africa 2 months ahead. Sending your test specialists, getting them to get used to these conditions, even demanding for the right kind of pitches where they can practice. They're choosing not to do it. What else is there to say?
There is an A team in South Africa right now.
Right now, yeah,
And
no,
Avesh Khan has made a jump from that A team to this team right now.
which is great. But you've lost the first test already, right? What you ideally want is that
We
when the
don't
test
travel-
match started,
We don't travel well. I mean,
there is no excuse for not traveling well anymore, is my point. At one
your
point, it
travel.
was true. You didn't have the money, you didn't have calendar, like no board was really going to welcome you.
Why do
It's
we
not like
travel?
if
Because
no, even now, right?
Visa
visa
they
nahi
had-
mil raha hai.
No, even now they had like some intra squad
Yeah,
game and all that, but they were given a very bad pitch, which is
There is no
different-
reason why, yeah, sure, but
Yeah, which is no
there's no
different-
reason why the
Last cycle,
BCCI
India won the
cannot.
last cycle, India won the first test in South Africa.
Yeah.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is
No, there's no reason
one
why
test-
the Indian board with its see South Africa, the only reason they have a full strength test team for this series is because this is the only test series where they make money, right? Of course, the SA20 is not happening, but it's also their landmark series of the year, right? It's the end of the year series. There is no way, or rather, the Indian board has so much leverage over the other boards that if they wanted to, they can get great pitches for their practice games. They can spend 3 months or whatever, 2 months in South Africa ahead of the series with their test specialists to get prepared for these series so that they don't show up for the first test looking completely undercooked. They're not doing it for a variety of reasons, right? They obviously prioritize other things more. You also had the World Cup, I guess, which ended a month back and so on. But it's not because it cannot be done, it's because the BCCI doesn't do it.
So I was trying to see what the time difference is. So it's 9:50 a.m. So you're already started making this khayali pulao this early in the morning. So
What is Khayali Pulao?
what is
It's all in
this?
your
Huh?
What is this
Fine.
whole thing of 3 months of preparation and demanding pitches? Like, where, which utopian universe is happening?
In a utopian where the BCCI makes 1000x the revenue and holds the entire cricketing calendar at ransom, macha. All these other teams purely exist to play India.
No, you show up, you play. That's it. You have a bad game, you have a bad game. You go back and you bounce back. That's all there is. This whole thing of, again, you're talking about like back in the 90s when they would go play Prime Minister's 11, Board President's 11.
Nicky Oppenheimer 11.
Yeah, right. Now you're playing cricket like 250 days in a year, or sometimes
Fair
even
point.
more. Yeah, so there is no
Fair point.
preparation or anything. They show up.
This is why which is why I'm not talking about your first 11, right? I'm talking about your second string, which is exactly what the previous
first
regime was
string
doing,
only
right?
lost. Only the first.
That's
string
because
lost.
your
I don't know,
Prasidh
when-
Krishna wasn't your
when
first
did-
string, no?
When did Dean Elgar last play an international match? It can't be about playing.
He's
match
playing in
like that.
conditions that he grew up in. India also, you'll show up. India doesn't play practice games before Border Gavaskar Trophy at home, no? Like, you want to do well abroad, you put in the hard yards. Otherwise, you're not going to. Same thing, by the way,
Yeah,
happened to
but
Australia when they
what
came to
hard
India, right?
yards can be put, right? They
Last BGT, we had 2 first-class games before the first test.
Exactly. You could say it was because it was COVID years, the calendar was empty or whatever.
Yeah.
Make time
You
for
could
it.
just say
Send your
Shah's
18.
goal greater than.
Of course. That's where I started the whole thing. If you want to win these test matches, there are many things you can do. You can otherwise always show up, roll up, and then say, oh, we didn't pick the right 11. This guy wasn't match fit, so we lost the test match. Yes, there's a reason why you picked those players and showed up for the game. No?
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
In that
like,
condition.
you
Can we-
think what's your
instead of-
best 11, and you go with the best 11 at that
Or
point.
you know what your best 11 instead of thinking, no? Like, you would have known that Prasidh Krishna cannot really be your first choice fast bowler in this team if you had done the prep.
Jadeja got injured. That's the basic problem.
Right? Yeah.
Neck
Jadeja
spasm.
pulls his neck in the morning.
Jadeja getting injured didn't result in India losing this test match. Ashwin came in and did exactly what Jadeja might have done with the ball.
But it
That's not-
did result in us being fined for slow over rate and losing 2 more points. if anyone's bothered to follow the
Oh,
WTC
Ashwin,
team.
I
Ashwin
actually-
didn't even bowl his overs quickly.
Yeah.
I hope India gets enough overrate violations and doesn't make the WTC final this time. I can't take another ICC final defeat. We have had too many of those.
नहीं होगा.
Let's now
अगली
not
बार
make finals for a while.
we will not make it to the finals this time.
I hope so. So overrate final दे दो उसको.
नहीं
फटाफट.
होगा. Yeah, the other reason why we have
Yeah, that is what Ashwin is ensuring. Saving you a heartbreak by
Yes.
being useless is the one thing that he could have done. Yeah,
Same.
super.
And
3D
and he'll
chess.
put a blog. And he'll put a blog about it.
Yeah.
So that Ashwin thing, right? I watched the video kind of late, but he put a video of landing in South Africa and checking into the room and all. It was very interesting. The thing that
Shopping
struck,
in supermarket.
yeah, with police protection and all that. The thing that struck me the most was none of that, nor the amount of cottage cheese he was buying, but it was the fact that he said he was sitting at the airport, not knowing who is going to show up and if anyone's going to be traveling along with him. That is the part that just did not make sense to me. Like, to
Pakistan players are loading their own luggage in plane and all. And this is your problem.
What I meant was, like,
Escort
for example, to have to record a podcast, we're looking at WhatsApp. Okay, who's showing up when? Okay, can you do 9 o'clock? Can you do 11 o'clock? You're talking about like professionals who play daily and in a team. They don't have any communication between themselves. Like, yeah, I think Shami may come. I'm not sure if he's going to come. Like, you
No,
don't
Max,
talk to each other. You don't message.
I think what happened
What is
was
this?
they have a separate WhatsApp group for the playing 11. He was not in that group.
Ah,
Like he was last minute scratching.
Correct.
So hence he didn't come. Like they want to
Form guy.
keep it within
Horses
themselves.
for courses.
Exactly.
It is not a stable 11.
Punter dropped
Because
it.
the two others who came on the flight were Virat and Bumrah, whom we met eventually. They were in the 11. So they knew among themselves. He was never in the scheme.
valid point, Adi.
Possibly. That's probably the only explanation, because not
What is
knowing
that
where you're.
song? Gode ke something pe mara hathoda. Na 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 na.
लकड़ी
दुम पे।
काटी पे
हाँ।
घोड़ा.
ऐसा
हाँ,
कुछ चाहिए.
हाँ. Yeah, to the point which Nitin was making now on our preparation.
He was. Okay.
He was. कुछ तो बोल रहा था. He was trying to make a point. नहीं, generally I think.
कुछ कर
तो
रहा है.
बोल रहा था.
हाँ. नहीं, I think.
टेस्ट क्रिकेट डाइंग वाइंग तो छोड़ दो, तो वो तो डाइंग
हाँ, वो रहने दो,
है.
उसको
फिर
रहने
भी जीत नहीं पा रहे, तो
हाँ.
फिर वो थोड़ा सैड है. वही.
Yeah,
Test cricket is dying and will be dying for the next 100 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, if you think of it in the last 3-4 years, right? In Sena, our top 4 has mostly not done well. Our top 4, like the batting top 4, hasn't really done well. एक आध मैच में one off एक मैच चल गया, कभी पुजारा खड़ा हो गया, कभी रहाणे ने एक सेंचुरी ठोक दिया. पर मोस्टली टॉप 4 या टॉप 5 भी बोल सकते हो, एक्चुअली नहीं चला है बैटिंग में. इट इज ईदर पंत एंड द बॉलर्स हु आर बोथ बॉलिंग एंड बैटिंग, राइट? दे हैव वन ऑफ. साउथ अफ्रीका में पंत का रोल तो राहुल ने कर दिया, बट बॉलर्स को जो बॉलिंग भी करना है और बैटिंग भी करना है, ये वाला पार्ट नहीं हुआ, राइट? तो बॉलर्स वेल
एक तो कर लेते.
हाँ, एक भी नहीं हुआ एक्चुअली, 2 तो छोड़ो. तो हाँ, that is, I think that is where we will keep losing matches, right, in Sena for the next 3-4 years till we build it on. तो ये टाइम लगेगा, क्योंकि हमारा our batting is not going to deliver that great results anytime soon. And we have.
So let's ask the important question, Iman. Is it time
Yes.
for Pujara and Rahane to come back?
No, they have also not done anything great, na. यार सेना में not that Pujara and Rahane has done anything great, वो भी कुछ नहीं किया है, one off किया है. Consistently no one has played really well in Sena. top 5 में आप कोई भी नंबर देख लो, ना one off एक सेंचुरी मिल जाएगा, एक 50-60 मिल जाएगा. But I don't think we can
KL Rahul.
KL Rahul तो पंत वाला रोल खेलेगा. So पंत coming back is super important, क्योंकि पंत will obviously take the number 6 position, Rahul then takes number 5. तो वो one less baggage हो जाएगा. So then we have only 4 more baggages to take care of, 1 to 4. But the bigger our match performances come from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, both in terms of batting and.
You think Pant will play Test cricket in 2024?
I think yes. Later half, he will be in BGT.
क्या बात है.
दिसंबर वाले में, दिसंबर में फ्लाइट में चढ़ेगा वो.
मेरे को लग रहा है वो I have the most pessimistic take on this. I don't think he'll even play the IPL. I think they Delhi Capitals brought him into the auction to try
हाँ.
and, you know, get some interest around Delhi Capitals.
नहीं,
वो
but I think
branding
this
exercise था broadly. I don't know.
the grade you want. क्योंकि उसको ये भी है ना कि राहुल can still do the keeping वाला role in Australia. मतलब you can play Pant just as a pure batsman in the team, given his record in Sena. So
Speaking of BGT and Australia, Chops, thoughts on the other Beno Kadir Trophy unfurling in Australia? Or as Samir
Oh, yeah.
said, people remember BGT but not BQT.
ए हो गया ना, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जीत गया ना अभी.
Hey, BQC also we remember.
yes,
BKC में डिस्कस करते हैं ये सब.
और केबीसी में अमिताभ
Nittu
बच्चन
remembers
निकल गया.
KBC also. Yeah, correct.
Derek O'Brien.
I mean, what is there to talk about these South Hemisphere teams having
Walloping
farewells
Asian
for
teams.
their left-handed openers and calling Asian minnows to kind of trounce them? Nothing to talk about these nonsense things.
So on in that test, I'm not sure if any of you heard it, but Gilly was on commentary and he mentioned that Brett Lee is banned 6 and out. They are back touring in Australia. So basically, he brought up this nice gag where he said, the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is a big fan of Binga's band, and recently he was listening to a lot of his music. And then apparently this is Gilly's story. It's a gag. So he says someone broke into the PM's car and stole all the CDs except the 6 and out stuff. So he said that's how. So he said that speaks a lot about Brett Lee's singing capabilities. But yeah, just a
CD
side
as
note.
in
He did sing
CD
a song
as
with
in
Asha.
CD as in Charagdin shirts, is it?
Yes, also known as.
So talking about Australian commentary,
I just sorry, Max. Before I just want to set the record straight. He
Outstanding
sung a song-
anecdote coming up. Yes.
He sung a song with Asha Bhosle.
yes,
For the
Kumar
record.
Sanga Songa.
He did.
Brett
He
Lee.
did
Binga
a song
Sanga
with her,
Songa.
and he also
Yes.
acted in a movie called Stumped, which was
Yeah.
shot in Sydney, and it had
Stumped up.
Tanishta Chatterjee opposite.
Jonathan
him.
Barstow was the hero.
Don't ask me how I know such shit, but yeah. Sorry,
Wait,
Max.
who was the
speaking about
heroine? Sorry.
Tanishta
Tanishta
Chatterjee.
Chatterjee.
Okay.
Max, you were speaking something about commentary.
yeah. So like for example, in India, right, because of the multiple languages, we have commentary in every language with Balaji doing that and Thirumal Setti Suman doing Telugu. I get that. But what's the deal with Australia and having so many different commentary separate channels? Is it because of separate channels or separate outlets?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have
Fox
Radio.
Cricket, 7 Cricket, ABC
Yes,
Radio.
separate channels because in Australia, cricket, AFL football come under what they call anti-siphoning rules, where it has to necessarily show on free-to-air TV. So they can't only leave it for cable providers like Fox or Sky. It has to be on free-to-air. So Channel 7 Channel 7 obviously got the free-to-air contract, but then Fox also said, we'll also put our hands in. So the Fox cricket coverage, similar to what we get on Hotstar here, is without ads during play. Whereas free-to-air will have, like your typical cricket broadcast, will have ads after every over or every wicket. So that's why they have two separate feeds.
and then they
India
have
also,
Vaz
DD has to
jumping
show
to
everything, no?
everything, no? And
No,
then
Vaz
is
jumps
jumping-
between Fox
Commentary.
and ABC.
He does
Radio
commentary.
Commentary box and nets.
Yeah.
Chops, about your point, India shows free for significant matches. So it's kind of dicey wording that is there. So there are like two things. One is it has to show significant matches, which means that most test matches don't get screened. Maybe exceptions would be, let's say, WTC final or let's say the Kotla test or something where India won, right? And the second part of
Oh,
this
they
is
knew
it gets
beforehand.
I say so slow. And the second thing is the free to air happens only if you have like a DD dish or a DD terrestrial feed. So it's
Correct.
not on your Tata Sky or your local cable ka provider. If you have DD ka, whatever the equivalent of Tata Sky, Tata Plays, or if
Correct.
you're on the terrestrial fleet. So there are like
IPTV में
multiple-
भी नहीं आता है वो. हाँ.
IPTV में भी नहीं आता, मल्टीपल कंडीशन सप्लाई का कंडीशन सप्लाई डाल के वो डालता है. And obviously commentary is like Raman Bhanot and all of those guys. Raman also turns up for commentary, so they cut between whoever.
Why are you aware of all of this?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
At least this is a factual fact check.
मेरे को घंटा नहीं पता है, याद है बस.
What is the
And
KO app?
KO is
Sorry?
basically Fox Sports has their. It's like Star Sports is on Tata Sky.
Hotstar.
KO is the Hotstar equivalent on streaming.
Oh, it's just an app. Okay, got
Just
it.
an app for streaming. Yeah.
Very good.
Anyways, so Nitin is all doom and gloom about this whole first test and Prasidh
Second
and
test.
all that. But I have some hopes from the second test. Let's see. I think it'll be
No, I
definitely
also
better.
hoped. I mean,
No, India might
uh,
even win the second test. It's I'm not saying that India's never going to win another test match or anything like that. But
yeah, see,
what's the point?
Nittu's
It's
runs
okay.
are like
Yeah.
facts are optional. Like if they happen, well and good, he can supplement. Otherwise, this run will continue in another format. Like, it's like
No, because like
but on a serious,
I mean,
No,
we're all
even on the last tour, they won a test in South. They've been winning tests in South Africa for a while, right? That's
just
not
winning
been
a
a
series.
problem.
Yeah, no, all I'm saying is like we've been heaping too much, a lot of shit on Prasidh and all that. I mean, guy, he took a fifer in the A series, which is why they said, okay, we'll promote you to this king and all that. So it's not like he hasn't been bowling. He just showed up raw or anything like that.
Yeah, I have nothing
just-
against Prasidh
yeah.
Krishna, by the way.
So maybe it's like a nerve.
No,
No,
I
but
mean, if you
but if
fold
he took that
twice
fifer,
and
sorry, if he took that fifer, why did Rahul say? I mean, genuine question. Why did Rahul say
Yeah,
he was
that's why I
not
didn't-
in rhythm, match
That's
fit,
why I didn't
something?
understand. Like he took the whole reason he was
अब
picked
लिया
was
था
because
when
in the first A game, Avesh took a fifer. In the second A game, Prasidh took a fifer. And then they did a toss up and
I
maybe
think
because
important question
they
here,
called
Chops,
Vamu
has anyone
and they
actually
picked Prasidh maybe.
yeah. Has
Hmm.
anyone actually heard Rahul Dravid say this, or we've only heard Vamu saying Rahul Dravid said this? Like, did he actually
Oh.
say?
No, but whatever
Prasidh
he
is not
said,
Manchurian?
whatever Vamu said, you agree with it, right? So
I agree with
the
it. Yeah,
point.
correct. It fits my narrative.
he didn't look match fit.
यार the other problem is कि मतलब प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा पहला टेस्ट मैच है मतलब we are obviously comparing against the likes of Shami, Shant and stuff like that, right? I don't think Bumrah was also on his top game. नहीं था वो, right? He was not. Like they were like DeJorsey and Elgar being able to survive Bumrah in itself is like a big enough achievement for these guys, right? And they're not technically not the best players. So, they literally were able to defend Bumrah out not once, but 3 or 4 spells he did, right? So Bumrah to wo tha hi. Siraj wasn't on top of his game. So they were basically waiting for, and Prasidh and Shardul were like, goats, right? कि यार अभी आएगा इनको पेलेंगे. So
Not
that
the
is what-
greatest of all time.
not the greatest of all time. That's true.
That is
Bakra
lion.
wala, bakra
It's
bakra
different.
wala.
हाँ तो आएंगे वो बकरा मारूंगा वही हुआ मतलब like every South Africa batter or a bowler who held a bat, right? They were going after Shardul and Prasidh because Bumrah and Siraj were not on top of their game to
Picking
get them out.
wickets.
Yeah, they were not.
And also
Don't
for
forget
South
to-
Africa
no,
now, seeing
sorry.
Bedingham and Zorzi and all these debutants, I think now with Brexit, I think they'll actually benefit from the coal pack situation
Yeah.
in more ways than one. But the irony is that when they're going to get the best players ready to play for South Africa hardly play enough Test cricket, right? So actually, South Africa can be a very good team, traveling to at least to Australia and stuff, given the attack that they have. But they unfortunately don't play enough. Forget 3 Test series; they don't play enough 2 Test series.
No, but
Mhm.
here's the other thing, right? I mean, coming back to Iman and Nitin's point about Dezorzi and Elgar surviving that spell from Bumrah. 11 for 1 when Siraj got that wicket and it was a proper in-swinger. You have to. I don't know what happens with that support stuff. I'm genuinely clueless. वो लोग बैठ के क्या करते हैं other than giving fielding medals or whatever. 11 for 1 at 5 overs. There has to be a message that goes out to Bumrah saying that switch your angle, boss. तुम over the wicket डाल के तुम beat कर रहे हो batsman को एक ball अंदर लेके आओ. You look at the pitch map and you look at this one. 80% of the balls are leaving the batsman. Elgar and Dezorzi क्या करेगा? वो बोलेगा मैं छोड़ देगा. And then literally set up Shardul and Prasidh for the Bakra halaling. Right? It's just criminal. it's just criminal. You should have bowled at least 1 over from around the wicket before that 10th over came in. But you didn't. You just like let go, and then everyone's scoring. Because all you have to do is Elgar at some point in the 8th over figure that ये सब बाहर जाने वाला है, मैं थोड़ा risk लेगा.
2011 में ना वो Lord's test
Samir.
match, and when India lost those 8 test matches in Australia and England, there was, I think in the first test at Lord's, that was probably the only test where India was close to competitive. The first 2 tests, right, where the DNBL run out and all happened. But first test में, in the second innings, India had England at 40 for 5 in a lot of trouble. And then there was a lunch break. And you thought after the lunch break, Ishant will come and the Indian fast bowlers will attack. Praveen Kumar will still be swinging the ball. And Dhoni opens the bowling with Suresh Raina after lunch. And nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Right.
Yeah.
Same thing happens in this test match. You have 2 good bowlers who've been bowling well. And you have South Africa in some trouble. And then after lunch, you have Shardul and Prasidh starting the attack and bowling quite a few overs. And no explanation as to why that happened. Usually, you always start with one or both of your best bowlers after a break. ये सब होता है.
In the same match, in the same match itself, I don't know if you guys saw that, but when India was batting first innings mein, Rabada post lunch, he came in with this insane aggression ki yaar, I will take Kohli out. Like I will get him out. Right?
He got him out also.
Yeah. And like he literally came in with this insane aggression that because he also could see like the rest of the attack is literally forming around him, right? So this is what Bumrah didn't do for us, by the way. ऐसा नहीं कि रोहित शर्मा को बुमराह बोले कि I will go after these 2 guys post lunch and Rohit will say कि नहीं चल तू साइड में लग जा. ऐसा नहीं होता. I think most of and which was one of the thing which I was literally ranting about कि यार बुमराह फाइन लेग पे क्या कर रहा है खड़े होके. Like when Prasidh is bowling, boss, you got to guide him. यार पहला मैच है उसका, नहीं हो रहा है उससे, सिखाओ तो, बोलो तो कुछ.
इंडिया का कुछ कैप्टन भी है ना फील्ड में.
हाँ,
इंडिया का एक कैप्टन भी है ना, होता है ना फील्ड.
No, but okay, so to borrow a term,
वो मॉर्निंग में है यार रोहित शर्मा.
वो तो
उसका तो पूरा सल्क नहीं, मॉर्निंग में वो उसका सब कुछ. Imagine the last month that Rohit Sharma has had. If you had that kind of a month in life,
November is hard.
Okay. No,
genuinely hard.
To borrow a term from NFL, right? It's called Monday morning quarterbacking, where all the games happen on a Sunday, quarter. And then Monday everyone comes to work and says, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. Not okay. The whole thing of why did someone not start a certain way? There's more than 300 collective. There's more than 300 tests worth of experience on the field already there, right? So they probably had their reasons of why they did. No one discloses these, or they don't come out any pressers and say stuff anyways, right? So it is the plan that at that moment made
in the
sense.
Ashwin video we'll get to know.
Yeah, because and that's what I'm saying, right? That is
Prasidh,
the closest.
Prasidh lost Tinky Pinky Ponky, and that's why he had to go.
Max, I know why they did that, because the Indian board had decided that this is not a free-to-air significant match. So,
sorry, Chops. I don't think Ashwin will know, because I think Jaddu is going to come back. He's again been dropped from the WhatsApp group.
No.
So
Ashwin wouldn't know.
He can't. Yeah. He's not part of the postmortem. Sorry. So
he is the postmortem.
I know the South Africa A team and India A team also are playing the series. So
South Africa A team is going to New Zealand.
No.
First, we have to talk about that.
Exactly.
So Ashwin is now going to be captain of India.
Yes.
Okay.
A for Ashwin.
Neil Brand, South Africa captain.
But in general, I agree with Max. Like, this is all. After a loss, we go into hyperbole. We'll probably win the next test. It's not like South Africa is a great team or anything. And to be honest, like, we lost this match batting and to some fairly average bowling in the first innings, right? I didn't see the second innings, but it didn't look like any of those were like particularly troubling balls, except maybe 1 or 2.
So first question, guys.
They didn't bat well enough. They didn't bowl well enough. It's a loss. That's it. I mean, there is not much to pick out of it and say, okay, this is what happened.
So in cricket, the team that scores more runs wins. Is that how it is?
Generally.
Unless there are wides and no balls. No, sorry, yeah.
Sundries.
And
I mean,
Uh,
they might as well.
Those
they
are
might-
say Andy.
Australia tourism hai bhai. Australia tourism.
What is
NFL
Andy's
हो गया.
favorite topping on a
So
pizza?
the
Guys,
quiz
second
question,
green tomatoes.
the
Guys,
quiz
second
question which
question.
Chops can't answer is the India A. Who's their batting coach and fielding coach?
Oh,
I only know this because the India main men's team and the India A coaches caught up for dinner last week, and someone put up an Insta post. So because of that,
Amre.
I know this inconsequential fact about who's India A's batting and fielding coach.
Praveen Amre.
Is it the same guy?
No, two separate guys.
No,
Not-
they
it's
caught
not-
up for dinner. It's not like
No, I mean the batting and fielding coach.
Nachi.
It's
Shoot.
like some fight club. Tyler Durden.
Oh, again
Back-
intermissions. Wow, this is
Lakshman.
becoming a
Captaincy doesn't mean
melting-
sprint personality.
melting
captain.
pot of different
And
sports
Lakshman-
and podcasts.
Clue is batting coach is a Ranji veteran.
Amol
And
Mazumdar.
fielding-
That
and
is
fielding
women's
coach.
coach.
And
Women's
fielding coach in India's team played for India also. So that's the
Uh,
two clues.
Sridharan Sriram.
Rishikesh
No.
Kanitkar.
Mukherjee.
No. That is
Riteendra Singh Sodhi.
director.
Jatin Paranjpe.
No.
Chandu
Ranji
Pandit.
by Alan Ross.
Vijay Bharadwaj.
Oh, yes.
Vishal
Chandu
Bharadwaj.
Robin Singh.
Okay. Fielding coach was a keeper for India. Clue.
Sanju Samson.
This changes everything.
Was past tense.
Was
MSK
Samir
Prasad.
Okay.
Vijay Dahiya.
What is
Ajay
the hint?
Ratra.
What is the hint?
Ajay Ratra.
Ajay Ratra.
Samir has got
Ajay
it. Ajay
Ratra.
Ratra.
Ajay Ratra's fielding coach, huh?
Samir Dike. Samir Mohan. Sorry. Huh.
Batting coach. Any final guesses?
Vikram
No clue.
Rathore.
But Ajay
Clue.
Ratra is only for day-night test, right? For
Ah,
Ratra.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
next
true.
guy.
Give
Oh,
clue,
I'll-
Addy.
थोड़ा सा यात्रा भी जाता
I
है
think
बहुत.
he played for a team from Western India. I'll leave it at that because I'm not sure of the
Oh.
specific state. I know Western India though.
Oh, then Abhimanyu Ishwaran.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Western
Eastern
India.
India. Yeah.
Hmm.
Southern India, listen.
Third India.
West Bengal.
अगर वो
You'll say
ईस्ट इंडिया तो वेस्ट बंगाल की बोलते हो फिर उसको नहीं बोलना चाहिए ना.
Yeah. इसीलिए South
North
India
Bengal.
बोलते हैं.
Satyagopan Ramesh.
Really? Ramesh?
No.
No way.
Oh,
Oh, Murli Vijay. Yeah.
oh, मैं समझ
Hey,
गया.
Western state बोल रहे हैं यार.
Max,
Amol Mas-
Max knows the answer. Max is
Oh,
sitting
मुझे
quietly.
पता.
Max knows
अमित
the
शाह.
answer.
अमित शाह.
I have
I didn't tell that.
Khurasya.
No. Hey, all of you stay quiet now. Max will guess. Max, you put
I
three
have
guesses, Ram.
no freaking clue, man.
So we have a clue or what? You put guess, no? What is there?
Just put one guess. One guy who played for a state in Western India, Ranji cricket
Okay,
legend.
what era did he play?
I would say
Sairaj Bautale.
Just
spinner.
बोल रहा है.
Bowling
He
coach.
starts
Oh,
with S.
keeper
Indian bowling coach.
can do fielding coach means spinner can do batting coach.
No,
So
bowling
the
coach.
answer
Have you
is,
ever asked
Bowling
Ashwin?
coach, who knows?
Why can't Ashwin be a batting coach?
Ashwin is a proper batter. What are you saying?
A batter. A proper batter. Ashwin is a proper
No.
batter.
Ashwin is
Yeah.
Idli batter. South.
Huh?
Idli dosa batter, not that batter.
That's good.
The answer is
That is Uttappa. That is Uttappa.
Sitanshu Kotak is the batting coach.
Oh, Kotak.
Sitanshu
अरे फिर
Kotak.
तुमको बोलना चाहिए था ना
Even
बैंक
like
का नाम.
even build
अरे
up.
कुछ
Abba.
Hey,
Banking. Some
Banking
banking
बोलना
hint
है,
you should have
Kotak,
given, na?
Bro,
Is this a
Correct.
segment?
Say,
show?
Kotak in
Bro, as
front
in-
of
Oh, so
Bank
he's
of
the
Baroda
reason the
ATM.
bank transfer did not go.
Oh,
That is the
beautiful.
Kodak moment of this podcast.
Intro sorted.
Sudanshu Kotak in front of Bank of Baroda ATM saying no cash.
Cash only. Didn't come for cash only.
You know, but you know
So,
why the
guys,
India
second-
A team is also not batting well.
Why?
Because Ashwin is not there.
Shit, Anshu Kotak.
Oh.
नाम का
ठीक है चलो.
Max is
Any
आगे बढ़ो loudo incoming.
हाँ. Second test match में any changes in the team that you suggest?
आवेश
एक दो
आवेश
change
आएगा.
होगा.
No.
आवेश
No
आएगा.
Avesh for Shardul has already been ruled out, no? Like some
Yeah.
shoulder
Shardul
injury
will
or
out.
whatever.
नहीं, but
No change.
they said it's a scare.
Jaddu.
No?
If
Jaddu for
Jadeja
Ash.
is fit, he'll come back.
Jadeja will come
Jaddu,
back.
Ashwin,
Shardul
दोनों
has not
करेगा.
been ruled out.
नहीं.
Avesh has just been brought in as cover.
Jaddu started
Jadeja will
bowling.
come back. Probably will take out Shardul.
Oh, Ash
So
is
you
still there.
basically
Okay.
replace Ashwin
I'm
with
saying they'll
Jaddu.
both play.
They might bring back. If I don't know if Jadeja is fit, they might play him and Ashwin together,
Yeah,
and they might replace. Remove
Bennett
Prasidh
will
and
go.
Shardul, bring Avesh and Jadeja.
No,
That will
Prasidh
help
will
with the
play.
overrate for sure.
Prasidh will play. Shardul will go. Anyway, how does it matter?
नहीं, my
How
only
does it
question is where is Ishwaran coming in? इतना अभी ईश्वरन का डिस्कशन किया है, जगह तो बनाना
हाँ,
पड़ेगा.
वो तो जगह बना दिया. वही तो पता नहीं लोग क्यों बोल. मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक पोप गोज, ईश्वरन कम्स. जड्डू
ईश्वरन सब देख रहा है.
हाँ, देख ईश्वरन सब देख रहा है. अश्विन गोज, जड्डू कम्स. ठाकुर तो जा ही रहा है, उसकी जगह अपना ये आ जाएगा आवेश.
And
So,
is
Shreyas is
Thakur
not
going
anywhere.
to?
Shreyas is not going anywhere. He's even going to score a 150 at Vizag. He's going to play the next 7 tests.
Vizag.
Max has already gone to the
Yeah,
first test.
already.
Why are you
Defender
guys
trophy.
sagging? Why
Mentally,
sagging?
I'm already in
Why sagging?
2024.
I think the only
Mentally,
important
I'm
thing
still
is
in
कि
Delhi test.
when Thakur gets back to Bombay, वो पालघर तक ट्रेन से उसको जाना पड़ेगा. For the
नहीं इस बार गाड़ी से
जल्दी
जाएगा.
बोलो, सुबह पनवेल जाना है.
No, also on the South Africa side, Kotsi is out. So either Ingidi or Maharaj may come in, depending on how the pitch is.
Newlands, right? So थोड़ा सीमिंग ट्रैक ही रहेगा.
NGD is actually their Bedix if you look at it closely, carefully.
More than
But
Bahuma?
इसके लिए CS इसके लिए CSK के लिए खेलता
Oh,
है.
and Bauma is ruled out as well. Bauma is ruled out. I think.
Bahuma already ruled out.
Bauma didn't play this match only. What is this?
वो बीच में ही
No, I
ruled
was
out हो
saying,
गया.
I was
No, no.
saying Bahuma because Chops got a
Bedix.
Bedex. Yeah, Engidi and Bahuma, I think it's a close tie.
Oh, this is actually amazing. Bauma, I think, was there at the toss and then didn't batter field. But
Yeah.
he's still the
Same with Rohit
Winning
Sharma.
captain.
Rohit
Non-
Sharma. Better than
non-
Rohit Sharma. Still
non-playing
better than Rohit
captain.
Same
Sharma.
with Rohit Sharma.
Ah, correct.
डेविस कप करा दो नॉन प्लेइंग कैप्टन.
Chalo, anything else?
We covered everything.
2024
Covered
predictions.
So Pakistan
I
lost
think-
again.
I think our
Cummins bowled
parting
well.
message
Lion
to
did take a wicket.
2023.
Any
message
parting
to
messages?
2023. I
You
think
be
it
in a
should
joy.
be आगे
बारह
आगे
लौड़ा.
बढ़ो, आगे बढ़ो
आगे
लौड़ो.
बढ़ो लौड़ो.
That is the final message on this day.
मुंडे
that
बारो
we-
आगे बढ़ो.
Siri,
Okay.
okay, let's call it curtains.
On
Max,
the
you-
year of Pat Cummins, apparently, who has won the Ashes, the everything.
World Cup.
I didn't win the Ashes.
Monopoly in
My
my
second
house
test
yesterday. Pat
predictions.
Cummins won that also.
And
Didn't
Finals
win the
of
Ashes.
Second test, India will win. India will win.
Huh?
Kohli
And
Rahul again. batting
India will win.
featured in Max's list of
India will.
favorite non-India match. That biggest honor.
And from an India perspective, I think the women have outshone the men this year comfortably.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
So second test India is winning, right?
Congrats to Smriti.
Which series we don't know, but they will win the second test.
Approved, please.
Yeah, they'll win at Vizag. Don't worry.
नहीं, I think they will
Max.
win. 1-1 कर देगा, draw हो जाएगा. काफी पैसा दिया हमने.
अभी
आज पता
transfer
चल गया
पहुंच गए.
कोटक के तो ट्रांसफर पहुंचा देंगे.
No, but if you look at it, like 2023 has been the year of Australia. You know, they right from the BGT where they were kind of humiliated as was some may seem to think, but then taking
No,
the
that was just
Amuse
God
Bush.
buggy.
I know that's what I'm saying. But then shaking that off, taking the WTC, then the Ashes, then the World Cup, and finally even winning the IPL auction. It has been Australia, all the way.
You think you didn't say? They were also successful in sending Mohan Krishnamurthy from Melbourne to India. Successfully. We quoted him.
in summer that too.
Oh yes,
In his
so
cycle. In his cycle, sir.
Maybe he was
Only
declared
Australian
as
man could have
sun-dry.
travelled.
and the
Maybe
only
he was
person
declared as sun-dry.
the only person who has more Qantas miles than Pat Cummins is Mohan Krishnamurthy. I
Well
think
done.
we can all
That's
attest
true.
for that fact. But yeah, 2020 has been fun from a cricket watching perspective. Again, we're all cricket tragics, right? And we'd like to watch even Bangladesh versus New Zealand, which actually just finished. Santner took 4 wickets and won the game. So I think that's the last game of the year.
So, but could you just wrap up that that tour for me? So the tests ended what 1-1, is it?
No test.
Actually,
No tests.
no,
No
before
tests.
World Cup, some test happened.
This was
No?
then.
In
Didn't it?
Bangladesh.
No, wait.
That was
It was
in
in
Now,
Bangladesh.
It was confused.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Bangladesh
Now
won
they're
in
in New
New
Zealand.
Zealand. I know that only. That only. In New Zealand, there were one days and T20s. So who won the one day
That's it.
series?
Bangladesh
One
won.
second. So there was a straddled series of New Zealand in Bangladesh with World Cup
Correct.
in between. So
Correct.
post World Cup also they played in Bangladesh. Then all of
Correct,
them
correct.
together went to New Zealand.
When are they
So it
playing
was
test
two
match? Are they
series.
playing test matches in New Zealand
No
or
test
not?
match.
There's no test
No.
Okay.
matches.
All right.
Test cricket
Thank you,
is
thank you.
dying, Ra. You didn't know or what?
They're having a super smash in New Zealand.
So WTC cycle will mean that only one place they play.
Tra-
But
Oh shit, we
Travel
didn't
to-
review the WTC table this time. Hey,
Deandra
Tony, you are
let's go.
updating it now. You're updating it. now.
It's updated. Yeah, India is
Number
number
six.
6 there. I think -2 also they've not counted. So
For latest
Wow.
updates, please
No,
go
but
to
have you counted?
Deandra.in.
I have counted.
Hey Max, you asked about 2023 one match. So what's your one hope for 2024 cricket wise?
One
Apart from
hope.
CSK winning the IPL again.
Shy hope.
No, I think from a test perspective, the interesting one is going to be the BGT. And that's going to be at the end
Hey,
of the
wait,
year.
this is a year with a T20 World
There is
Cup,
a-
right?
yeah,
Everyone's
that's what I was
quietly
going
There's
to
a
come
looking
T20
out.
World Cup also.
That's what I was
in
going
West
to come.
Indies.
No
There is-
chance.
There is
Prasidh
going to be a T20
Stadium.
World Cup that may happen, may not
Providence.
happen.
In New York.
If there is
Lauda-
divine
Lauda
providence.
Hill.
In New York, there are islands in the West Indies saying that they don't want to host. So now one nation has already backed out.
वो 2 मिनट का नाटक है.
Somebody shared a photo of that baseball ground. It's a proper so basically like Surya Kumar Yadav's V, right? The point where he targets, there is a baseball diamond in that ground. वहां पे मारा तो 8 runs मिलेगा आपको. वो मैक्स क्रिकेट रूल्स है वहां पे.
Max cricket, wow.
Grand Prairie Dog Stadium.
New kind of diamond that Gujaratis are getting into.
Well played.
The year of Rihanna.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless
there
they
is that.
let go of Hardik.
Ajinkya.
I think there's going to be more drama outside the World Cup than the World Cup itself, because especially with US trying to host it, because the American Cricket Control Foundation, or whatever the BCCI equivalent is in USA, it has been
Satya
banned.
Nadella is sitting right here in this podcast. Let him speak. Why are you saying?
No, it has been banned once. Then they have again formed it again under a different name, and it is soon going to be banned again because
Hey, that is Sri Lanka cricket, huh?
no, the Sega cricket is like school kids in front of the American cricket administrators. They are like the peaks
They
of
are the headmaster.
yeah. We brought the
That's all
cream
fine.
of people from BCCI, and who BCCI also said this is too dangerous. And
That is not cream, that is scum.
That's all fine. ICC is controlling everything. They will slap overrate fines and bring
What
them
did
to
you
shape.
say exactly, Tony? You said, what did you just say? Scum? You use the word S
Scum.
as well.
Yes, correct.
S with her.
Tony, for you, 2024, one hope.
Sanju Samson
Wish-
gets
wish-
to play more matches. Perpetual. Every year, my New Year resolution and hope for cricket are the same. Read more books, get fit. Hope Sanju Samson plays more cricket.
Nitin?
My hope for 2024 is one of the non-big three wins the T20 World Cup.
So South Africa. New Zealand.
But with South Africa, you can't say that about WTC final.
What?
Because Test cricket is dying there.
And then T20, who cares about Test cricket? I'm talking about T20 World Cup. There's no WTC final this year, no? Now
Hey,
only
what
cyclists
happened to
started.
your Dubai league? Is that still happening?
Yeah,
There was some
it's
league that was
Yeah.
supposed to
IL
replace
T20.
IPL according to
It happened. I wanted to go also. It happened. No, wait, did it happen? I think it happened.
Best summary.
it's a February thing.
This fellow knows when it is happening.
That makes even February hard for Nitin.
Oh, shit.
I'll definitely go at least for one game. Why not?
No, because that is the cycle, right? So the Dubai League
Equinox.
happens, then the South Africa League happens, then the PSL, and then the IPL.
Oh, chasing the sun rays.
Seriously, Max, you should be involved in T20 cricket league on a professional basis. What is this?
Reverse
Yeah.
Mexican wave.
Okay, call it.
So
Call it, Chops.
everyone's had a go.
It's
I think
1:30.
what is
Please
your
call it.
go?
My
What
wish
is your
for
go?
2024 is that I want India to win BGT as the revenge.
Hey, that
क्या
we
revenge?
can win in 2024.
दो
That
बार
will be
जीत लिया, हो गए
2025.
बस. हाँ.
नहीं मेरे को
Only in
World
2025 we'll be
revenge
able to win that BGT.
Nah.
This is a spammo level fact check from Tony.
Correct.
5 कर लो slash मार.
I don't like. all
कैसा
this stuff.
जीतेगा
My
BGT?
stance is very clear.
3 बार you'll win in Australia back to back. They'll let you win. Yeah,
That
right.
is, this time it's 5
Hey,
to
we'll
6.
give money. No, money is there. Kotak will go there.
Money ಅದು ಸುನಿಯ ಅದು. We'll lose at
Commonwealth
least 3
Bank.
tests.
Commonwealth Bank.
यार
विश पे रखा है ना यार इसीलिए विश पे रखा है इसीलिए तो विश है
Yeah, right.
With
I haven't had a go, by the way. So
go
एक ही
Please
एक
book
ही-
it.
Bookend it, Sam.
Bye.
Bookend it.
एक ही विश है always.
RCB नहीं जीतेगा भाई साहब.
एक
And
नया
it doesn't
कैलकुलेटर.
happen. एक नया कैलकुलेटर आएगा.
तुम्हारा
RCB
लास्ट ईयर का
में
रिकॉर्ड क्या वही हम चलाएंगे एक और बार. इस
sixth आया था. वो भी net run rate because Shubman Gill
No,
hit that
Sam.
6
So
and
your
4.
your hope is net run rate should become relevant again this IPL. That is the
नहीं
Net relevant
RCB
rate.
जीतेगा करके
relevant.
होप है बट नहीं होगा वो बट ठीक है.
फेयर प्ले
वो भी-
चैंपियनशिप ना वो मिलेगा.
RCB next year. This time we will discuss RCB scratched out by form guide.
No doubt this year RCB will win. Patidar and Kohli and Maxi.
No
are
spinner in the team.
If they are
No
all
spinner.
Anuj Rawat.
No
Why do you
spinner
need
in the
spinner
team.
that Chinnaswamy and all always do?
Yeah, agreed.
Clearly, Samir also has not heard the podcast. Like,
Okay, on that note. Sorry.
yes, Chopra, on that note, say it.
Say on that
Okay.
note, Ra.
Okay, that has been episode 104 of Bits and Pieces, the world's friendliest cricket podcast. We hope you had a good 2023 and we hope you have a great 2024. And please give us
We
5
asked
stars
our
on whatever.
listeners to lend us a year. They lent us 2 years now. It's been
Ooh.
2 years of being.
Next
Nice.
year ender in Australia because
We live 3 years.
So yes, that's been us. All of you say bye to our listeners and tell our listeners to give us 5 stars on whatever platform they listen to us on. Bye.
Happy
Bye.
New Year.
happy.
Bye.